Part 1. Roots of a Future Princess. Catherine Elizabeth Middleton was born on January 9, 1982, at the Royal Berkshire Hospital in Reading, England. Unlike many royal biographies, her story doesn't begin in palaces or with noble titles. Instead, it begins in the modest yet comfortable world of middle-class Britain, with parents who built their lives through ambition and hard work. Her father, Michael Middleton, came from a respectable but ordinary background, while her mother, Carol Middleton, had once worked as a flight attendant for British Airways. Carol's experience traveling the world gave her a taste for independence and vision, and together with Michael, she founded Party Pieces, a mail-order company specializing in party supplies. This small business, run from the family's kitchen table in its early years, eventually grew into a multi-million-pound enterprise. Catherine, the eldest of three siblings, alongside Pippa and James, grew up in Bucklebury, Berkshire, a quintessential English village surrounded by rolling hills, quiet lanes, and tight-knit community life. The Middletons emphasized family closeness, resilience, and education. Catherine's childhood, while privileged compared to many, was grounded in love, outdoor play, and strong values. At St. Andrew's Prep School, young Catherine, known as Kate to her friends, showed both academic promise and athletic skill. She thrived in sports, particularly hockey, tennis, and swimming, and was remembered as a determined yet kind student. Later at Marlborough College, one of Britain's most prestigious schools, she balanced academics with extracurricular activities, excelling in athletics while cultivating an early interest in art and history. From early on, Catherine displayed the qualities that would later make her admired worldwide: poise, discipline, empathy, and quiet strength. Part 2. Education, Gap Year, and Broadening Horizons. After completing her secondary education, Catherine embarked on a gap year, a tradition embraced by many British students. But rather than taking a carefree holiday, she chose experiences that broadened her worldview and shaped her compassion. She volunteered in Chile, participating in community service and outdoor challenges. She also studied briefly in Florence, Italy, immersing herself in art and culture. These experiences exposed her to diverse environments and people, strengthening her sense of independence and grounding her with humility, traits that would later prove essential for a woman entering one of the most scrutinized families in the world. In 2001, Catherine enrolled at the University of St. Andrews in Scotland, studying art history. It was here that destiny unfolded. Among her classmates was Prince William, the eldest son of Prince Charles and Princess Diana, and second in line to the British throne. Initially, they were simply friends, sharing lectures, student group activities, and a social circle. Catherine was admired for her natural grace and steady character. She didn't seek attention, nor did she treat William differently from others, which was perhaps what made her stand out. A turning point came during a charity fashion show in 2002, when Catherine walked the runway in a now-famous sheer dress. Reports later claimed this was the moment William began to see her as more than just a friend. Their friendship slowly deepened into romance, nurtured in the relatively private setting of university life. They cooked meals together, shared flats with friends, and enjoyed the freedom to be young adults away from the harsh glare of London's tabloids. But as the media began to catch wind of their relationship, Catherine's life began to change. Part 3. Romance and Relentless Scrutiny. Catherine, Princess of Wales, from Berkshire roots to the future queen. The constant speculation was intrusive, and Catherine endured an intensity of public attention few outside the royal family could understand. Yet she handled it with remarkable composure. She refused to give interviews or feed the media narrative, instead carrying herself with quiet dignity. In 2007, Catherine and William briefly broke up, overwhelmed by the pressure of public life and the challenges of balancing personal desires with royal duty. For Catherine, it was a difficult time. She faced increased media harassment, with commentators questioning whether she had wasted her youth. Yet she did not lash out or seek sympathy. Instead, she focused on her own growth, working with her family's business, exploring charitable interests, and maintaining her independence. This period of separation ultimately strengthened their bond. Both Catherine and William later admitted that it was necessary, giving them time to reflect and mature. When they reunited, it was with a deeper understanding of the commitment required, not just to each other, but to the monarchy. Part 4. Engagement and the Royal Wedding. On November the 16th, 2010, the world finally received the news it had anticipated for years. Prince William and Catherine Middleton were engaged. William proposed during a trip to Kenya, presenting Catherine with the iconic sapphire and diamond ring that had belonged to his late mother, Princess Diana. The engagement was celebrated not only as a love story, but also as a cultural moment. Catherine represented something new, a commoner, albeit from a prosperous family, marrying into centuries of royal tradition. On April 29, 2011, their wedding at Westminster Abbey captivated the world. Over 2 billion viewers tuned in as Catherine walked down the aisle in an exquisite Alexander McQueen gown designed by Sarah Burton. The lace sleeves, the elegant veil, and the symbolism of Diana's ring created an image that would define a new era of monarchy. From that day, she became Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Cambridge. Part 5. Transition to royal life. Stepping into royal life required adaptation, resilience, and dedication. Catherine was no longer a private citizen. She was a public figure whose every gesture would be analyzed. Yet she transitioned seamlessly, embracing her role with purpose. Her early royal work focused on causes close to her heart: early childhood development, children's mental health, and addiction recovery. She demonstrated not only empathy, but also deep research and involvement, often holding private meetings with experts before launching initiatives. By the mid-2000s, Catherine Middleton had become a household name. Paparazzi followed her every move, whether walking to work, attending social events, or spending time with William. The tabloids nicknamed her Weighty Katie, suggesting she was waiting too long for a royal proposal. Catherine also became a global fashion icon, known for her ability to blend high-end designers with accessible brands. Her choices sparked the Kate effect, where items she wore sold out within hours. Yet she remained grounded, often recycling outfits and promoting sustainable fashion. Part 6. Family and Motherhood. On July 22, 2013, Catherine gave birth to her first child, Prince George of Wales, at St. Mary's Hospital in London. Standing outside with William, introducing their son to the world, she echoed the tradition set by Princess Diana decades earlier. 2 years later, Princess Charlotte was born, followed by Prince Louis in 2018. Balancing motherhood with royal duties became Catherine's greatest challenge and achievement. She has often spoken candidly about the difficulties of parenting, earning respect for her honesty. Despite the global spotlight, Catherine strives to give her children as normal a childhood as possible. School runs, family picnics, and countryside holidays remain integral parts of their lives. This balance of public duty and private family life has won admiration, showing that even within the monarchy, humanity remains central. Tip to improve English. Catherine's life shows the balance between public duty and private life. Practice English sentences that use contrasts. She is both a mother and a princess. Her life is ordinary and extraordinary at the same time. In 2016, alongside Prince William and Prince Harry, she co-founded the Heads Together campaign, which aimed to break the stigma surrounding mental health. Her involvement brought authenticity and visibility to the cause, encouraging open conversations across the UK. This helps you express complex ideas clearly, just like Catherine represents dual roles gracefully. Part 7. Challenges behind the crown. Life in the royal family has not been without hardship. Catherine has endured tabloid scrutiny, comparisons to Princess Diana, and rumors of rivalry with Meghan Markle, Duchess of Sussex. Her nickname, Weighty Katie, could have damaged her confidence, yet she transformed it into resilience. Her silence and composure became her strength. Unlike many public figures, Catherine rarely engages in controversies. Instead, she lets her work, dignity, and service speak for her. This strategy has earned her widespread respect. Polls consistently show her as one of the most admired royals, seen as steady, dependable, and future-focused. Tip to improve English. Catherine communicates with calm and respectful language. Practice phrases like, "I see it differently," instead of "you are wrong." There may be another way to approach this, instead of "that won't work." Polite phrasing makes English sound more professional and gracious, mirroring Catherine's style. Part 8. Becoming Princess of Wales. In September 2022, after the passing of Queen Elizabeth II, Prince William became the heir apparent, and Catherine assumed the title Princess of Wales, a title once carried by Diana. The symbolism was profound, and the expectations immense. Yet Catherine has approached this role with quiet strength. Unlike Diana's tumultuous relationship with the press, Catherine has built her role on stability and discretion. She has continued her focus on early childhood initiatives, launching the Royal Foundation Center for Early Childhood, emphasizing that the experiences in early years shape society's future. As Princess of Wales, Catherine represents the monarchy's continuity and its future. She is seen not just as William's partner, but as a central figure in the modernization and survival of the British royal family. Part 9. Legacy and the Future Queen. Catherine's legacy is already significant. She has redefined what it means to marry into the royal family as a commoner, inspired millions with her elegance, compassion, and steadiness, advanced conversations around mental health and childhood development. When Prince William becomes king, Catherine will become Queen Consort, but her influence will extend beyond titles. She embodies the monarchy's adaptability, showing that it can remain relevant by being approachable, empathetic, and purposeful. Tip to improve English. Catherine often uses future-focused language like, "By investing in children, we invest in society's future." Practice similar patterns. "By studying today, I prepare for tomorrow." By practicing English daily, I build fluency for the future. This makes your English sound inspiring and intentional. Conclusion. Grace for a new era. Prioritize motherhood while fulfilling royal duties. Catherine, Princess of Wales, has journeyed from the quiet lanes of Berkshire to the global stage of royalty. Along the way, she has endured intense scrutiny, navigated the challenges of fame, embraced motherhood, and built a legacy of service. She represents a monarchy in transition, grounded in tradition, yet evolving for modern times. Her story is not one of sudden drama, but of steady resilience, dignity, and strength. She once said, "What you experience in childhood shapes the rest of your life." By shaping her children's futures and advocating for all children, Catherine is shaping the future of the monarchy and of Britain itself. Her story reminds us that grace under pressure, humility in success, and resilience in adversity can transform not only a person's life, but an entire institution.